Here we go.
Well, hello and welcome to Real People, Real Stories, where we will be highlighting people just like you and just like me who've had success using and taking redox signaling molecules. We're so excited to see you. I'm Kathleen Oliveri, and I'm joining you here from the big state of Mississippi, where I retired, but in retirement, I still teach for Mississippi State University. If you're new to redox signaling molecules, let me tell you just a little bit of information about them. Redox molecules help the body heal at the cellular level by detecting cells that need to be repaired, and then also by helping them heal. And they help get rid of the bad cells and help take care of the good cells, all the good things we want, because when we have good cells and healthy cells, we have healthy organs, then healthy bodies. Now, tonight, we will be talking to you about our personal experiences, but I also want to let you know that what we're sharing is not meant to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure any type of medical disease or illness. The stories you will hear tonight are from personal experiences from the user of these terrific molecules. Tonight, our guest is Tracey. I'm so excited to hear from her tonight. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Barbie Phillips, who will introduce herself. She's our co-host tonight, and will then also talk with Tracey.
Thank you, Kathleen. As she said, my name is Dr. Barbie Phillips, and I am from Oklahoma. I am a chiropractic physician of 23 years for people and animals, and I have been involved with the ASEA redox molecules for just coming up on 4 years, and have had great success with it also. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Tracey. And Tracey, I would like for you to share with us a little about yourself, your background, and then how you were introduced to ASEA.
So I have a background. I am married. I have 11 kids. I graduated from nursing school in 1999 and worked thereafter pretty much in every department of a hospital and nursing homes. So I did a little bit of everything. I had a child born with Down syndrome, and at that time I decided to stay home with him. But things happen in life, and you pick up odd jobs here and there. My husband got cancer about it's 7 years ago now. So at that time he was going through it, he really thought I needed to work again. So I was doing different things here and there to make money. One of them was a lot of driving and a lot of walking. And I noticed I was getting some like fluid-filled pockets behind my knees. Okay. So, my knees really did hurt a lot. So I went to a chiropractor, saw him quite a few times, and he's like, it's not getting better. Let's go ahead and get some x-rays. So lo and behold, bone on bone in both knees at age 48. So I was like, wow, I didn't think that was possible at such a young age. I don't know what I was thinking, but he sent me to a specialist. They really basically started me on pain medications and wearing knee braces, which was okay for a couple of years, I would think. But things progress and you end up taking more pain medication than you need to or want to, And then he's like, well, we can go up to steroid injections. And I'm like, well, I really don't want to do that. I kind of know the outcome of that. But he said, you're too young for surgery. And I'm like, okay, so what else are we going to do? So at that time, it was right about the same time that Tanya, my good friend Tanya Chandler from church, she had introduced me to redox molecules, but she didn't know about my health, but she knew about my husband's health. And so she introduced it to me. She said, I really think it'll help him. He's in remission, but he has still some, I guess, lingering deficits from the chemo and the radiation, mostly affecting his speech, swallowing, and that kind of thing. So she really thought it would help him. And when I looked at it, I was like, I think it'll help him too. I just saw the videos and the testimonies, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I was so excited because before we went through conventional therapy with him, we tried everything under the sun. We did. We tried so many different natural things before we actually did the chemo and radiation. And it came to a point where he couldn't breathe and we had to do something else. We couldn't wait for the natural remedies to take effect, I guess. But I said, when it was about 8 months after she had told me before we actually started on the product. So it was in December of 2021. It was a busy time of year. I was doing basketball, concession stands, running sports for my kids, singing in the Christmas cantata at church, still wearing my knee braces, still taking my medications. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to try ASEA, I'm actually going to stop my medications and I'm actually going to give it a good shot. I'm going to see if it actually does work. I'm going to try it for myself. But I knew within 3 days, I was like, I don't need these medications anymore. And I haven't. It's been 2 years and I haven't used them since. Yeah, I do get sore. I don't get a lot of the fluid-filled pockets behind my knees anymore. I definitely am still sore on a hard day, but I end up taking more Redox on a hard day. And I use the gel liberally, but I am on all of the ASEA products now. The vitamins for sure, the skincare, and then I'm completely off coffee and only doing the energy, mind, and mood. And obviously the radiance too. The radiance is just for vanity, right? So, but yeah, I did go back to the specialty doctor just to see where I was at. He redid the x-rays. He said, yep, you're still bone on bone, but unless you're willing to go through the step stool of medications and steroids, he goes, I don't think we can do surgery on you yet. So maybe I need a second opinion. I don't know. But right now I'm fine with where I'm at. And a lot of the discomfort is just not there anymore like it used to be. So I'm excited about that. And it's been 2 years. So.
Wow, that is really great. And that's a wonderful testimony. So along with the ASEA, you used the gel. Yep. And you've recently started the Radiance, which is great for boosting our body's ability to produce more collagen in certain areas. So that's nice. Yes. Also, tell us about the vitamins. Like, do you take them all, or are there certain ones that you have along with your program that you're doing?
Well, first off, I started on the biome because I'm a woman and we're not always that regular. So it was suggested, I can't even remember by who, to try the biome. And so I've been on that for probably over a year. But then I've just slowly added in all the other ones. So now I am taking all 4. The omegas I'm taking the source, and I'm taking what was the other one?
The Max Life.
Life Max, yeah.
Life Max, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So I am taking all those. I've been adding them into smoothies in the morning. If I don't want to take the pills, I'll add them into smoothies. But yep. And the omegas are great for everything else. But yeah, the biome I've been on a lot longer than the rest, but I do like them all. So
that's great. So you're working on digestion. You're working on your essential fatty acids, which are great for so many things, cardiovascular and all of that. And then you're working on the source for your multivitamin, your enzymes, and just a great overall a daily supplement. And then your Life Max, which is, of course, what we call our anti-aging supplement that really works at the cellular level. So
and I just want to say, when Radiance came out, was that May or June? Whatever month Radiance came out, I know it wasn't on the recommendation, but I doubled up for the first month. I was like, well, if a little is okay, then no, just kidding. But I did. I would double up for the first month. I'd do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And I really felt like that was a lot of help to any discomfort I had in my knees too. I don't know why, but I know it's for skin and nails, but it really helps out with everything else. So
that's great. So I know you do have a history in skincare products and things like that. Can you tell us, are you using their line of skincare products, and what have you noticed with that?
Yeah, so past history as with another skincare company. And, I never really, probably up until age 35, I probably really didn't use any skincare products, maybe some stuff over the counter. I don't know what I was doing, but but when somebody introduced me to using skincare, I really noticed a difference. But there were still some aspects about the skincare line I was using that I didn't like. I'm not a big proponent of sunscreens. I know some people go both ways on that, but most of the skincare products in this line had sunscreen in it. So when ASEA came out with their skincare, the Renew Advanced, I definitely wanted to give it a try. And it's so clean and it's so nice feeling. And the first thing that I noticed was that I did not need to use foundation primer, which goes underneath your foundation. And in fact, I tried it. I tried to put my primer on. I tried to do my regular skin routine, but the primer kind of beat it up. There was actually no place for it to go because of the hyaluronic acid, and just all the good stuff in the serum and in the moisturizer. So when I put the primer on, it just kind of flaked off. And I was like, this is really weird. And it was I was like, is this old? Is what? But it was because there was no place for the primer to go in my face, in my skin. So it's a beautiful skincare line. It's so smooth and it's so clean feeling. You really don't need to put any makeup. I mean, I do eye makeup. I like eye makeup and I like lipstick, but I really don't need to do my foundation anymore or my primer. It just really takes care of your skin tone and everything.
That is great. And you look beautiful and radiant. Also, you mentioned the cellular performance drink mixes. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you've noticed by taking those products?
Well, I used to drink at least a cup or two of coffee a day, probably. And I like the taste of coffee and I like the smell of coffee, but I didn't like the headache that I got if I did not drink the coffee. So when I tried the Energy and Mind were the first things that I was trying. I do like them mixed for sure. And it's a lot easier to mix them and just get it done. But you can separate them out. You can mix them, whatever you want to do. But the Energy and Mind, they taste good. They're easy to use. And I don't have the after effects from coffee. I never was into energy drinks, but coffee does, make your heart race. It makes you not be able to sleep, but I do love the mood. The mood is amazing. And I'll just say I kind of do a little bit of networking. And the first few times I was doing that, I would get this terrible clenching in my back and spasming because I had to speak in front of people. But I started taking the Mind and the Mood, and that didn't happen. So that was good. And then, but I drink the Mood before bedtime, and I sleep so good, and I usually don't have to get up at all. So whereas before I was getting up. If I drink a lot of water before bed, yes, I'm getting up. But if I drink a Mood before going to bed, I sleep all night long. I feel great.
Wow, that's really awesome. That's awesome. Now, you had also mentioned your husband and his health issues, and just out of curiosity, is he using any products?
He does use the Energy and Mind, and actually I started him on that about a month ago. I just had him try it, because he does drink he drinks a lot of coffee. He doesn't do the vitamins yet. And frankly, he needs a lot more ASEA than the recommended dose for over age 50. So we both do 8 ounces a day, but he needs more. He does have a lot more energy just with the 8 ounces a day. But with the throat issues, I haven't seen a lot of progress there. But I just ordered a bulk amount of ASEA, and he's gonna bump up to 16 a day. 16 ounces a day, because I really want him to give it a good go. I mean, just every testimony I hear, there's so many testimonies I hear just from personal customers. And I'm just like, it does something and it works. So we just need to get more in him. So yeah, we're going to get more in him.
Good. And it's really great because the science behind it, and they're rolling out a lot of new science too, which is really exciting. So yeah, there's there's great opportunity for each of us. And just as you mentioned, each age group is different for recommended doses. But if you have a health challenge or a severe health challenge, we have to figure out how much extra we might need to get through those health challenges that our cells actually need to heal and turn on those good genetic pathways and shut down those ones that we don't want expressing themselves. So that's a valid point.
Yeah, even if you have a stressful day, just taking a little bit more too. Yep.
Yes, I have noticed that too. Or if I'm starting to get a little afternoon like fatigue or something, I'll just take a couple of extra ounces or something. Yeah,
Yep.
That's a good valid point. I don't want to leave out the clay mask. Have you experienced the clay mask, and what have you done with that?
Yes, I did get the clay mask right away. And I did, take before and after pictures. And I did after each time I used the clay mask up into probably the 5th or 6th time, I stopped taking pictures, but I probably should keep, but I did track what happened after the first time, and then after the 3rd time and the 5th time I had pictures. And I also made my husband do it too. And I had him do it on half his face, because guys don't have as much vanity as girls. So I had him do half his face so we could make differences. But I did make a big flyer for when I do a workshop or something that has our pictures on it for before and afters. And there is a noticeable difference. Definitely, I get a lot of redness right here, maybe because I'm outside a lot, but it really takes care of that. And just the sun damage that your décolleté area gets. But the clay mask really helps with that. Yeah. But I use the skincare all the way to here, even the Renew 28. I use the Renew 28 twice a day on my face and neck, and on my knees twice a day. So
very good. Very good. Well, that is great information, and we appreciate you sharing your journey. It'd be exciting to see what the next couple of years brings for you. And of course, we appreciate your time. I will open it up if there's anyone that has a question for Tracey, and we would ask you to go ahead and unmute, and you can even turn your camera on if you'd like so that we can see your face. So now's the time.
Tracey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said that when you first started to take it that you noticed a difference pretty quickly. Could you also maybe address if you don't have a response quickly, if it doesn't happen as fast for me as it did for you, what have you seen others respond, or have you seen that?
We know that redox molecules always work all the time. We just don't have a say-so of where it's going to work. Like little things that I noticed the longer I was on it. Like I used to get numbness in my hands when I drive or write. And I just one day, you think about it and you're like, oh, I don't get that anymore type thing. Things take care of themselves the longer you're on the product, and not everybody has a quick response. It just depends on what the body is going to try to heal first. And for me, my noticeable response was right away in my knees. But like I just told you about my husband, his noticeable response, he had good sleep and good energy, but I'm not seeing the response in his throat yet. So those things are just going to take longer. I mean, he does have nerve damage. So, nerves take a long time to heal. They can grow back, I've heard. So we're just going to wait on that. But yeah, usually it's within 30 days, 50% of people see results. But I'd say the longer you're on it, the more results you're going to see. 90% in 90 days. And any new person I start now, I really ask them, can you do a 90-day trial? Can you do a 90-day trial? Because I want them to see results, and I don't want a bad name for redox molecules or our company, because I know it works. They just need to give it some time. Some people are willing, and if they don't want to take the recommended dose, or if they don't want to take it the right way, I can't help that. But I try to always ask them if they can actually do a 90-day trial. Would be super, they would see something. And I usually get people seeing results before then, a lot sooner before that. So
yeah, and that's a great recommendation, because we don't know, it might not be something that you feel, but it's working at the cellular level somewhere. Yes. So that's important to understand, and not just because we say so, but the science says so. So
yeah.
All right, Ms. Tracey, well, if there are any more questions for Tracey? All right, well, if not, we definitely want to say thank you for giving up some time for us tonight on this. And anyone that would like to share this recording with Tracey, it will be on our YouTube channel, the Creation Chiropractic YouTube channel. It will also be reposted on my personal Facebook page under Barbie Phillips. It will also be posted for associates on ASEA United. And we just encourage you to share it with your friends and family, and definitely share Tracey's journey. So again, this is Real People, Real Stories, and our next Zoom call will be on October 31st, which will be in a couple weeks at 6:30 Central. And we will be discussing how Redox has changed the life of another guest at that time. And until then, we will say good night. Thank you.
Thank you both.